Okay.
Oh man.
In the beginning of June, I posted every day for 30 days on all social media platforms. I've posted a lot of content, I've learned a lot, and I want to go over the stats and some of the things that I learned so far. Right off the bat, the most difficult type of video to do is these YouTube long form videos. It's just really nerve-wracking to do the long form videos. The short form videos, I can have a script, I can do one scene. With the experience that I have in directing and video editing, that's a little bit more up my alley, but just talking, like being interviewed by no one and just sharing to the world it's the biggest learning experience. But it's also one I'm most grateful for. And it's also the one that gets the least amount of views and impressions. And I'll go over these stats here in a second. So, got my laptop, let's look. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I think YouTube might be the best performing one, but let's find out. I'm going to start with Instagram. Let's take a look. Okay, so going to my Instagram profile, just right off the bat, we have 23 followers in 7 days. My highest performing reel is not good. I'm averaging under 400 views per video. I have 9 videos, including one that I just posted right before I logged on. It's not anything that's necessarily scripted or curated. It's just I got a new book and I just showed the book. My first video that I put out, so this is the first video that I posted for the challenge. It's kind of an announcement of what I'm doing and an introduction for myself. I posted it on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and TikTok.
I spent the last week, but I have no idea. So I'm locking myself in this apartment for 30 days, trying it on myself to find out. A year ago, I was living a good life.
So introduction to myself. The first thing that sticks out to me is the audio. It's too quiet. I went to a blank account and then went to the Reels discovery page, downloaded 10 Reels and looked at the audio peaking for those and realized that the first couple videos that I put out were significantly quieter than higher performing Reels. So something that I learned from that is don't be scared to be loud. People talk about the spoken hook or the script hook or the written hook, which this video had. It was, for the last 6 months, I developed what I believe to be the perfect creative blueprint. And that's an okay hook. And it was delivered okay as well. I didn't deliver it like in an over-the-top Mr. Beast style or something. I don't want to conform to what people think the successful creator. I don't want to conform to what people believe is the successful creator voice, because there is no successful creator voice. There's successful creators with every type of voice. For every person that's For every person that's Mr. Beast that's just like screaming in your face, there's someone who delivers a completely nonchalant delivery and has a lot of success. It's kind of like saying, I want to be a successful musician, so I am going to sound just like the biggest pop stars. I want to be a successful musician, so I'm going to sound just like Michael Jackson, or I want to be a successful rapper, so I need to sound like Drake. When the best way to be a successful musician or a successful rapper is to sound like you. But then refine that so you can sound like the best or most marketable version of you. To go back to it, I feel like the hook was okay. It could be better, but this was the first video. It came off overall pretty quiet. And when I shot it, there wasn't a lot of ambient light. So the video footage also came out a little bit grainy. I think that reduced some of the engagement. People talk about the written hook, people talk about the visual hook, and then people talk about the audio hook, like adding a zoom sound effect or a beep boop or something like that. But what is really important to pay attention to is the volume of your hook, because something can be scroll stopping just by being loud as well. And something can be not scroll stopping by being fucking quiet. And this video was fucking quiet. So, very first video, 212 views. For the first week on Instagram, I got a cumulative amount of 2,588 views over all of the videos that I posted. And with 23 followers, that's roughly a 1% view to follower conversion ratio. That's astounding. And I think that it's too small of a sample size to be excited about that metric at all. And that's not realistic. I think that because it's a new account, there were just some people that I initially interacted with directly that followed back. So I'm hoping to see I'm going to wait to factor in those type of statistics until I have a bigger sample size, of course. Let's look. 1,500 accounts reached, 85 total interactions. That's pretty good for the really low amount of views. Once again, it's a really small sample size, so I don't think that these metrics really apply. But what I'm interested in is the amount of viewers in US versus Mexico. Because my content's in English and I'm targeting a primarily US audience, I want to see we're at 94% US audience, which is good. I was really happy about that because I am posting in Mexico. I'm just using a basic VPN on the phone. If you want to have the best results and you live in another country but you want to post in US audiences, using something like NordVPN on your phone does work okay, but I would highly recommend purchasing or leasing a dedicated mobile 5G proxy from the US, and those are made with physical Android phones in the location where the proxy wants to be, and there's an app that runs in the background that gives you the IP, and you can put that and have all of the sites and browsing traffic that you do legitimately see and truly believe that you are a Android phone in Chicago or whatever city that you're using. When you use something like NordVPN, they own and lease server banks, so the IP addresses that you're getting often are going to be server IPs, and most likely they're going to be shared as well. So if there's someone else using that same server IP for something that could get them blacklisted on Google or Meta, and you're on that as well, you'll get lumped in with the bad actors. So to have the most consistent results, and if you really don't want to risk it, that's the best thing, is to lease or purchase a mobile 5G proxy and then install that onto your phone and laptop. A little bit of extra sauce is all of the social media sites do prioritize mobile phone traffic over desktop traffic as well, because of the amount of gaming that can happen within a computer versus a phone. So you will get better performance on Instagram, TikTok, if you post from a mobile device and don't use a scheduler than if you post it on your desktop or laptop in this case. I'm doing a little bit of both for this challenge. I'm not too caught up in fine-tuning all of these success metrics. What I'm more interested in doing is completing the process and completing the tasks and improving my content coming out, because I am a big advocate of the way to be successful on social media isn't these tips, tricks, algorithm hacks. It's showing up consistently, producing good, authentic content, and doing it at a high level. And we're all looking for a shortcut, a tip, trick, hack. But unfortunately, as the social media sites get more advanced, those tricks disappear, and what stays is good work. It's like lying on your resume. You can lie on your resume and get pretty far, but when it gets down to the point where y'all are on the playing field and you gotta play the game and put in the work, the people who put in the work to get there are gonna stay on the field. And the people that use the tricks to get to where they are aren't gonna be able to perform with their competition. So put in the time to make the good content. All right, now back to my shitty views. Okay, back to my shitty views. So I also did some very short videos. I have this one, which is, I'm making 3 loose content forms. One of them is the 30-day challenge videos, like the ones that you just saw. The other one is lifestyle videos, where I am just showing something that I'm doing, unboxing products. I've been on a White Monster matcha kick, so I did a White Monster matcha, I did a White Monster espresso, I did a salted cold foam matcha. It's just things that I have around the house, so I'm doing those. And the third type of video is tutorial videos. So tips and tricks to apply directly to social media and editing to make your videos look better. Like this one, I did.
Have you ever wanted to learn that cool editing effect that puts text right behind you, like this? In the next 48 seconds, I'm going to show you how I learned to do it using just my phone. Create a new project.
So this is a straight up tutorial. We got a straight up tutorial here. I screen recorded the CapCut process of what I was doing it. In 48 seconds, I showed someone how to do an effect. That video got 169 views, so also not good. The third format of the videos is the lifestyle ones like I was talking about. So this one's the White Monster Espresso Tonic.
Tired, exhausted, just completely out of energy. And you know that the only way to get what you want is by doing the things that you don't want to do, then I have the solution for you. I have the answer, and I have it right here, actually. I brought all of the ingredients with me to make an espresso White Monster.
Started off with a very traditional hook. I don't know who needs to hear this, but. And then I moved into something that was generally motivational to make the audience feel seen. and hopefully try to capture my target audience, which is, are you tired? Are you exhausted? Are you burnt out? Right? Got some motivation. Then I segue into humor, bait and switch, traditional hook, speaking directly to the audience, and then switched it up to comedy, which is I'm making a espresso drink with a White Monster energy drink, which is a big hashtag right now. This video also performs shit. It has 233 views. Once again, it's quiet. It's quiet. I think volume, amping up the volume is going to be a big change. We'll see with the next batch and we'll go from there. I am going to re-record or recreate my intro video, and I'm going to recreate some of these videos because there's no rules here. I can do whatever I want. I can take the same concept and shoot it a dozen different times, a dozen different ways. I can do the same White Monster espresso tonic video, and I might. I'm probably gonna do all of these videos at least twice. And I am also going to introduce a new format where I'm doing what I'm doing right now with you and reviewing the videos that I created and trying to find out ways that I can make them better as a short form content piece. And we're gonna see how that works. It's a little meta, and meta's kind of like my style. And there's some humor behind it and some self-deprecation, and all of those things do perform well too. I don't want to make videos just to perform well. I want to make the videos that I want to make and then make them in a way that performs best for that type of video. Not just make shit that works. I want to make the shit that I want work. And that's the challenge. Moving on to TikTok. We have TikTok right here. Don't stop calling. Bow. What do we see? We see 11 followers and 146 likes. It's not looking good either. The view counts are about the same. We have the White Monster Espresso Tonic at half the engagement, 108 views. The text tutorial at half the engagement, 101 views. The intro video that we talked about earlier, that one's also at half, 105. So about half across the board. But the slow zoom, the cinematic zoom video, did outperform at 300. Once again, if you're not above 500 views, the number doesn't matter. The difference between 218 and 304 is insignificant. Each platform's different, but just keep in your mind that if you're not getting served over 500, then there's something wrong with the format of the video, or it was just a fluke or a dud. But if you're getting consistent under 500 videos, then you need to change something. On the back end, these sites serve your videos in tiers, and that first tier is 400, 500, depending on the account. So focusing on that number is not going to help you. You just want videos that break 1,000. You break 1,000, you're on the right track. If a video breaks 1,000, that worked. Do it again. If it broke 1,000, look at the stats. Look at the retention graph on TikTok. Look at the retention graph on YouTube Shorts. Analyze it. See, okay, cool, I got 1,000, but at 6 seconds it dropped off. Why? Look at that 6-second mark. What's wrong? Or is this getting served to the right audience at all? Look at the age demographic. Are you doing comedy content, but it's getting served to your parents? Shift that. So TikTok, 11 followers. Not that exciting. Funny enough, I am running another TikTok, which is a clip farm TikTok, off of the long form content, and that account is performing about the same. The short form clips from the YouTube long form are getting more views than the completely produced edited videos that I'm using in CapCut with sound effects, with tutorials that are adding value. So that just goes to show you that don't obsess over the difference between 150 and 350 views. Absolute trash can get 350 views if it just gets lucky. You want something that breaks 1,000. Keep changing it until it breaks 1,000. Just keep going. Okay, so that's TikTok. We'll jump over to YouTube where we are right now. And on YouTube, I have, YouTube, I now have 11. Wow, this is exciting. When I first started recording this, I had 2 followers on YouTube. Now I have 11 followers on YouTube. Amazing. 11 followers. Let's fucking go. Cool, let's dive into the analytics. View analytics, overview. Okay, so there's a big discrepancy on content here. On the YouTube long form videos, which is the day 1, day 2, day 3 for the 30-day challenge, that I'm doing, I have a total cumulative of 17 views, 168 impressions with a 1.8 click-through rate, and that's fine, 1.8 click-through rate, with a view duration of less than a minute. So that means that my shit is not interesting and it's not getting served out. Could be a problem with the hashtags, could be a problem with the thumbnail, could be a problem with the titling of the video itself, could be a problem that after the first 30 seconds of the video, I don't have a clear message. And after the first 30 seconds of the video, I don't have any editing. And after the first 30 seconds of the video, I'm really just sharing openly with you. So if someone doesn't know me and if someone doesn't know the story, they don't know the backstory, and they're not invested in what I'm doing here, then they're not gonna stick around and watch some guy they don't know talk about something that they're mildly interested in. So I'm going to continue doing this until the audience I'm going to continue doing this until two things happen. The audience that I'm looking for that my story resonates with, which is me yesterday, or me 6 months ago, me 5 years ago, just anyone who sees me and then sees where they want to be, or anyone where I resonate with them, that's my ideal audience, right? I'm gonna keep making the videos until they find me, and I will keep making the videos until I get better at them, because these are shit. The storytelling will get better, the videos will get better, the content will get better, I'll provide more value, and at the same time I'll stay consistent, and the people that I'm looking for, my ICP, will also find me as well. And if I keep doing that, it will work. So here's the discrepancy. 17 views on all of these videos. That's trash. You would get demotivated if views were your goal. My purpose is in the doing. So if I was driven by views, it would be bad. But the real purpose is within the doing, not the results. If you work for just the results and you don't get the results, you're not going to want to work anymore. And if you work for just the results and you get the results, you're not going to want to work anymore because you don't know what you're working for. That's why I work for the work. That's really helping me because I'm just excited to do this video today as I was in the first one. In fact, I'm more excited to do this one today because I'm less nervous than the first one. Okay, so 17 views, all of the videos. Now, I took these videos, these long form videos. I grabbed the sound bites, I grabbed any quote that I was really excited that I said, something that was like, this little piece. Someone might not watch 8 minutes into the video, but what I said right here, this could help somebody. This could make somebody laugh. This could be something useful. I clipped all of those little clips and I clip farmed them out. And then I posted them on YouTube Shorts on this account. And I've been doing that a few times a day. Just from the views, from the shorts, from the long form videos on YouTube has brought me 17,000 views. So 17,000 views over a 7-day period. We have 17 views, we have 17,000 views. 1,000 times more views by taking the same content I was already producing, repurposing it, and clip farming it to gain engagement. That's what's been getting me the engagement. If you're not taking your content and squeezing it and squeezing every last drop out of it like a lemon, then you're not making lemonade. You want your content to work for you. If you make something, don't just put it out there into the world and say, figure it out, algorithm. Be proactive. Make your content work for you. Think of creative ways to get it out into front of the audience that you're looking for, because if you don't advertise, no one's gonna come to your store. So that's the takeaway that I got from it. Now on YouTube Shorts, I have videos. I have clipped videos from my long form that have almost as many views on one short form video than I got in the entire week on Instagram, than I got in the entire week on TikTok. So there's creative ways to serve your content, and there's creative ways to drive engagement from your content. And I just look at that and I think, wow, imagine if I was actually making something good. The same strategies, the system that I'm putting in is going to work so well when I hone my craft. But you gotta do both. You gotta put in the work and you gotta get better. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 shorts over 1,000 views, with one of them having 2,000. That's not so bad, and the click-through rate's 2.8%, which is a reasonable metric. Overall reasonable metrics. I'm fine with this. And it's a journey. I can't expect to, and I didn't expect to go viral in the first week, or at all. And you don't need to go viral to be successful on social media. You don't need to go viral to make a living on social media, and you do not need to go viral to generate customer leads on social media. You don't need more than 50 followers to generate leads on social media, depending on your product, depending on your niche. Unless you're trying to sell some guru course, you don't need 100,000 followers. If you're a general contractor in Cincinnati and you're using social media for your business to help it grow, You can use a social media page for two different things. One, to generate views, generate interest, and generate leads. Two, social proof. You can use that as lead nurturing instead of lead generating. Someone looks you up after they get your card, and they look you up on Google, just Dave's Hammer Swingers or something like that. Your social media will pop up, and that's social proof. Even though you only have 19 followers or something, you can have creatively produced videos showcasing your personality, which builds trust. You can have videos, you can have photos, you can have the before and afters. All of those things are lead nurturing. And people only think about lead gen and followers and engagement. But if you just build your page and build your brand and put out things that you're proud of, and don't chase virality by trying to hop onto trends, and just be authentic, people are going to resonate with you. They're going to learn who you are, and that builds trust. And no matter what business you're in, selling a product, if you're selling a service, trust is important. And the lens that people get through YouTube, through Instagram, through TikTok, through LinkedIn, through any of these avenues where they can see your face, where they can see what you're doing, it's so valuable for lead nurturing, for them to trust you. So that when you do show up to their door for a quote, or you do get them on a cold call and they've heard of you, you're so much further. That saves you so much talking to try to sell them on you when you first meet them. They're already sold. So yeah, that's my takeaway. First week, terrible views, not a lot of sleep, some really good takeaways. Make your videos louder, scroll through, listen for the average volume, listen for what catches your eye, copy that shit. What stops you, make that. If you're watching your own video and it's not engaging you and you want to scroll away, think about the person that doesn't give a fuck about you. They're not gonna watch it. Super excited. I've got some really cool tutorials that I'm going to do. I'm excited to do this short form content review format. I really want to launch a creator series for the next week. I'm probably gonna do like a 14-day or a top 10 tips creator series. So just to sprinkle in a little bit more authority in case I grab somebody with something funny and then they go to my page and they're like, oh cool, he actually knows a couple things here and there. But I still am going to present everything with an explorer lens, not an expert lens, because I do not have the social authority to tell anyone what to do yet. So yeah,